Okay, so now we're live. So I'll play the intro again because apparently I did not hit the button to go live. So we'll try that again. Take two. Hey, y'all. Hey, how are you doing? Margaret DeYounger, welcome in from New York. Thank you so much for being here. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. Make sure I'm not on mute or nothing because that didn't go well starting out. So, if you guys were here last night at the beginning of the stream, I did go through the article that was put out by the local news source on Trouble. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. On the documents that were released with Stephan Stearns and Jen Soto, which are some pretty disturbing. Thank you, Margaret. I appreciate that. I took a nap today, so I'm a little like off. If you were here last night, I like scratched my eye, like the inside of my eye, so it was like really bothering me, and I just took an extra nap tonight to kind of recharge. I guess is the best way to do it. So I did start playing the audio last night, and then we got into a gamer stream. So I did change the title, and we went that route with the live last night instead of talking about Madeline. And I really want to continue talking about Madeline tonight and the release. You just woke up from a nap yourself. That's awesome. The released audio that was put out by the law enforcement. So we're gonna give that a listen. But first, I do want to share something with you guys. I actually ordered one of these. They are amazing, and the ladies that put these out is called Light the Way. I'm just gonna share my email, and this is a shirt that they put out, and it is amazing cause that these ladies do. And now it's really hard to see on stream. Let's see if I can blow it up some. Well, hopefully you guys can see it. Let me see if I can change the layout here. There we go. So the shirt, it says victim exploitation does not mean victim advocacy or equal. I'm sorry, it says equal victim advocacy. So that's a great cause. And if you would like to participate in that, it is an amazing cause. And I did share it on Twitter. I'm really surprised the email doesn't have a link, but I'll go grab that link while we listen to this audio. Let me see if I have a banner I can put up for a trigger warning without putting the whole banner across the bottom. There we go. Doodlebug, welcome in. Trash Panda, hello, hello. So we're going to listen to this audio.
Case number 24-11313. Today's date is February 27th.
I'm going to pop off camera and refill my coffee while we listen to the first part of this. I'll let you guys listen to it, and I'll be right back.
2024. The time is 19:16 hours. We're in Kissimmee speaking with Stephan Stearns. Okay, so I know that you already spoke to the other detective, right, about everything that kind of happened today. If you can just kind of go over it with us one more time, the timeline from like when you guys woke up and took her to school and all that.
So we woke up early. The plan was that we were going to get McDonald's breakfast on the way, so we made amazingly good time.
I don't mean to interrupt you, okay? Neither of us were here yesterday, so if you can be kind of like specific about like times and stuff like that, okay?
Woke up around 7:15, somewhere around there, which is an early start for us, but we had talked about getting McDonald's breakfast beforehand, so we want to make good time. We did make good time. We got out the door maybe 7:30, 7:45-ish, maybe. Got over to that area. She was asleep in the car most of the time, just snoozing until we got there. We got to McDonald's. We're close to McDonald's. I said, "You still want it?" She wasn't interested in the McDonald's anymore, so we continued on. And she wanted to be dropped off a little down the ways from the school. She's got this phase that she's been into lately where she's very particular about what car she's seen getting out of in front of the school. She prefers her mom's car, but my cars are, I guess, kind of hoopties. I get it. It's an image thing. But that was sometime probably between 8:20 and 8:40-ish, somewhere in there. It was along the stretch of the road that on the right side that has all the communities on it. Before you get to the overpass. We could see the overpass from where it was. So it was on that side, on that stretch of road, and that's where I dropped her off. She said she was going to go wait for her friends. She was going to go find them and hang out and wait for her friends. And I asked if that was going to be okay. She said, "Yeah, it's fine. Kids get dropped off early enough as it is. It's not totally unusual for that to happen. It's just not usually that early that I drop her off. I do school runs every once in a while for her." I said, "Okay. Let her out. Have a good day. Love you. Thanks. Love you too." And I turned around and was driving away and was watching her in my rearview mirror to make sure that she was going where she was supposed to go. And she was moving in that direction, but she was rummaging around in her backpack or something. What I assumed was probably headphones or something like that, but I found out later that she forgot her phone here, so she may have been rummaging for her phone. But she was still kind of making her way towards that direction, so it looked okay. It looked like any other day. And I just continued on.
Okay. When you said you dropped her off, like in the area, kind of like where exactly did you drop her off?
So if you pull down the street going towards the school, you've got that whole strip of communities on the right side there. It was in that stretch of sidewalk there. We pulled in and maybe about halfway up the street or so, and she was like, "Right here's good."
Was it like in one of the apartment complexes, the church?
Not in, it was outside one of the apartment. It was just on the sidewalk on the side of the road there, just like a tuck and roll, you know?
Okay, so like if I were to be on the road, where, like, what do you remember seeing that you dropped her off at?
I remember the overpass is up ahead. The sidewalk was on the right, row of trees. There's, I think, a median in the middle. And then there was another community maybe across from that before you get to the church. So it was like before the church.
So Town Loop Boulevard's that street that connects to the school.
Yeah.
Is that the street that you...
Is this, which one?
So that's Town Loop Boulevard, right?
Town
That's the
Loop,
one
yes.
that...
And where's the school located here?
The school's right here.
School's right there. Okay, so the school would be on the left in this case. Here's the overpass
So you guys came from this
about. Yeah, we came from Town Loop, I think, which is Town Center. Yeah, so we made a right here and then pulled somewhere about.
So you came from Town Center and turned onto Town Loop.
Yeah, where's the church? Is this the church here?
There is that's the church.
Okay, so we weren't up to the church yet, so we were pulled onto here, and then we pulled maybe about halfway up here. and I dropped her off somewhere in this area here.
And she walked from there to the school?
Yeah,
It's a pretty long way.
It's maybe a block or so, but it's not out of the ordinary for her. She likes to do that sometimes. She likes the cold weather. She was wearing her hoodie. She likes the cold walks.
So you dropped her off near Lilac? Does that sound right?
Yeah, it wasn't at a cross street. It was just a bit of the sidewalk there.
So did you merge into the sidewalk, or did you stop in the middle of the street, or?
I just pulled over to the sidewalk there. Let her hop out.
How often do you drop her off?
This might be the 5th or 6th time I've ever done it.
Okay. And when you drop her off, where do you normally drop her off at?
Normally down the street from the school. She requests that a lot.
Like the same area or somewhere else?
Especially if it's sometimes in the church parking lot, sometimes just wherever she tells us to let her out. As long as it's close, you know.
So it's halfway between Town Loop and Town Center and the church?
Yeah, it's just in this stretch right here. Like we got about maybe halfway up and it was there.
The McDonald's that you guys were going to stop at, did you pull into the plaza at any point?
No, she 86'd the idea before we even got there.
What do you mean by 86?
Poo-pooed the idea, didn't want it anymore.
So I cannot believe that he used the term 86th the idea, but that just shows you how cold and heartless this piece of shit is.
Okay.
Wasn't in the mood anymore.
At any point while you were driving to the school, did you make a U-turn?
Yeah, I tried to sell her on McDonald's one more time because I was still kind of hungry, but at that point she was also just wanting to get to school.
Okay.
So
Where
we turned right back around.
Where did you make that U-turn at?
Actually, the school park, not the school parking lot, the church parking lot. I pulled into that, turned around and pulled back out. Did a UE there and went back to the McDonald's. And she still wasn't having it, and that's when we came back. See, the McDonald's is on the same town loop or town center. It connects to the same road that the
school's on?
Yeah, so it's like a straight shot.
So you guys came from, just so I can kind of get a good visualization, Town Center, and where did you come from, Town Center?
Town Center, so where's the McDonald's? I'm so bad at reading these, I'm sorry. So we
This
came,
is all Town Center.
So we came across on Town Loop, I believe. Is that the school is that the road that the school is on?
No, this is Town Center. So
Okay.
you said you were on Town Center, and then you made a right on Town Loop, which is the one that takes you to the school.
Yes, correct.
Right?
I think you passed it.
But what I'm saying is before Town Loop, or I'm sorry, for Town Center, what street did you take?
I'm so sorry. I'm bad with the streets around here.
How do you usually get to the school?
I just take John Young and then wait till I see the McDonald's and make a left there and then follow that around, and that goes straight into the road that the school is on. I just use the landmarks, and I don't memorize the street names.
Is that JYP?
Yeah. Yeah, so this is JYP.
I mean, at the McDonald's, you turn right?
And then you said you made a left at the McDonald's? So that's Jungyoung Parkway, you're going north on Jungyoung.
McDonald's, and then go around, and then that shoots straight into the road that she's on.
Okay. Because that's...
I believe that's the correct road.
Yeah, well, that's the fastest way to get there. But you told me you came from Town Center and Town Loop.
I'm sorry, I don't know.
So once we listen to this, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bring up the live that we took the route that day, just to give like more context of what he's saying.
All the street names.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So
That's
okay. So now that we know that you came from Jungyoung Parkway and you made a left on Town Loop, so you passed the McDonald's.
Yeah, that was when she said no to McDonald's the first time.
Okay. So you guys keep on going on Town Loop.
Yeah. But at that point, we still had a lot of time to kill. Very early.
So what did you guys do?
Drove towards the school, made a U-turn, came back, tried to do the McDonald's thing again. She didn't want it.
So
One more time,
where did you do the U-turn at?
It probably was right by the church because it was still way too early for school. So it was on that stretch of road. I mean, they had the meeting there and the separation, so that left turn where the church is, you can make a U-turn there.
And then after you dropped her off, what did you do?
Stayed, talked to her for a minute, made sure, is it all right that you're going early? Because it was still early.
Mm-hmm.
She said, yeah, it's fine. I'm going to hang out and wait for my friends to get there, which she does sometimes. So it didn't sound, outrageous or anything. That was it. Told her to have a good day. I loved her. She told me she loved me too. I turned around to leave, and I was watching her in my rearview mirror. And she looked like she was walking in the right direction. She was rummaging in her bag a little bit, like I said, but still sort of just shambling in the right direction while she was doing it. So it looked normal. It looked okay.
Okay, and then what did you do after you left the area?
I left to go to the local vape shop because I needed some more vape juice. They weren't quite open yet, so I ended up going back home. Waited about an hour or so, and then went back and checked the vape shop again. It was open, so I got what I needed there, and came back.
Do you remember what time you came home?
The first time was probably right around 10, close to it. And then I waited here and went back to the vape shop. Probably finished at the vape shop and came back home again a little after 11.
Okay. You said the first time that you hung out was a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Was there when you got here at 10? Okay.
I think so. She might have been at her blood appointment. Let me double check. I know she had a blood appointment at some point during the day.
It's okay. We don't have to ask her right now.
Sorry, everything's a blur.
So she might have been here. She might not have been here
I
the first time.
believe she was here because she was sleeping in as much as she possibly could because she's been messed up with a new work schedule. So she had to be here because she didn't want to sleep in.
Okay.
I'll double check, but yeah, I believe she was here.
And then what time did you say you left again to the smoke shop?
Maybe after an hour or so, maybe 11 or so.
Okay. And then what time did you get to the smoke shop?
It's maybe 10 minutes away, so not long after that. Stopped in and got some juice. And
What's the name of the smoke shop?
East Smoke Runway.
Okay.
It's just over off of John Young. It's not far from the school.
And then after the smoke shop, what did you do? Okay, for how long?
At least until maybe 12:30, 12:45ish, something like that.
And then what'd you do after that?
I had a couple errands to run over on 192. She was talking about making a BJ shopping list. She just wanted to make sure I was back in time for us to both go pick up. So I was visiting some card shops around the area on 192. I'm kind of a nerd, so we had a new trading card game release, and I was seeing what the situation was with it.
Do you remember what places you visited?
Yeah, Coliseum of Comics. Stopped by a couple Targets, and I was going to go to House Rules Games down by Oak and 192.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't make it that far. I got a flat tire on the way.
Do you remember where you got your flat tire?
It was on 192. I pulled into one of those plazas somewhere. It's been about 10 years since I switched out a tire, though, so I made a lot of rookie mistakes and ended up pinning my thumb between the frame and the jack. Yeah, I'm lucky it's not a lot worse than it could have been. Do
you remember the name of the plaza by any chance?
Poor thing. He pinched his finger, y'all. He brutally molested a child for years. But by all means, ask for sympathy because you pinched your finger. I can't with this man.
And,
Do you remember like what store?
it was like right before you got to Oak, though, so it was one of those little strips.
Okay. And then
but I did
after
not
that?
make it back in time because of that. I thankfully had the spare. I put that on and tried to get back in time, but caught every red light on the way. She ended up leaving to pick up Maddie without me. I was about 10 minutes late on that. So I called her and let her know what happened. I apologized profusely because I had promised I'd be there with her to go pick her up. Just sat and waited. After that, she had already gone to get her, so I just sat and waited and hung out, straightened up the house a little bit. That was it. Then we got the call.
What do you mean you got the call?
Got the call from her that had not come out. So we started getting worried.
Yes, he will, Doodle.
Started making calls to her family. Be on the lookout. She might be walking to you. That's just when everything sort of started going downhill.
What was it?
Did you check on the map the southbound? The Greenville? I'm not sure where Greenville is. I noticed, I'm sorry, that she forgot her phone, right? Is it normal for her to not have her phone?
Jacqueline, what I've heard from a pretty good source, and thank you for being here, is that she's with family. And that's not written in stone or put out by law enforcement or local media. That is just from a very respectful source that she's with family.
She's severely ADHD, as am I and her mother. So it is not uncommon at all, and that very, very usual thing for her to forget things. She'd forget her head if it wasn't screwed on. We're forgetful about, writing her about that. We'll remind her, and then it will leave our.
And Doodle, that link is the link to Nightbot. You're more than welcome to use any of the commands that are in that Nightbot.
Mind, and she'll say okay, and then it will leave her mind.
And is she on medication for this stuff?
Normally, yes. She's been staying with her
Thank you.
grandparents a lot this week while her mom was working. So she has not been getting her meds a lot.
Okay.
So she was really spacey.
Where's mom working at? What changed in her hours that she needs all these things?
She's training, so it's not a set schedule yet.
Okay.
It's just early this day, late closing training this day.
So different hours. Yeah, no, that takes a toll.
So I came up here. She needed help. I split my time between the two places. I needed a visit. We all needed to be a little happier together. So.
This is a great thing. JYP. Just tell me.
And where's the McDonald's?
Right.
So that doesn't make sense. Right? Because the school's up here?
Am I messing up the streets again?
Yeah, tell me. This one's town center, but tell me.
We're just trying to figure out your direction of travel, right?
I'm so sorry. I'm so bad with that area over there, Hunters Creek.
You said you made a U-turn at the church to go see if she wanted McDonald's again, correct?
Yeah.
Did you go anywhere else? Because I know you said you had time to kill.
Yeah.
Did you guys go anywhere else?
No, we didn't go anywhere else.
Is there a reason why you would be back on John Young Parkway?
When we tried to go back to McDonald's a second time, we would have made a left over there instead and just looped around again.
What do you mean?
Just made a circle.
Made a circle house. Can you show me on the map?
So
this
going,
is the
going back
McDonald's right
down
here,
to the
right?
McDonald's.
That's the McDonald's right there.
Correct. So going back down and then just straight shot back down.
You
here.
would come down this way?
I can't read that. I'm so sorry.
Yep. I'll go.
Where's the McDonald's?
McDonald's is right here. This is Town Loop. So this is
Okay.
Jongyang Parkway. You guys are coming
okay,
up
this is
Jongyang.
McDonald's.
And the school's on this corner.
Correct. Somewhere over here.
Mm-hmm.
So we come back out here, there, and then we can take a straight shot back down to the school again there. They connect. Town Loop and Town Center connect.
Right.
So it's.
So where did you make the U-turn?
The U-turn was on the street when we were going to go back to McDonald's. And then we drove down to McDonald's here.
Right. So just so I don't get confused, you're going up Jongyang Parkway, right? You're going northbound.
Originally, yes.
Right. You make a left at the McDonald's.
Here, go towards the school.
Okay. How far did you get before you made the U-turn? So
we got. Is this the school right here?
Yep, that's Town Loop.
So we got up to here and then made a U-turn over here, past the median.
Okay. So
Went back to McDonald's.
on Lincoln Town Loop.
Still time to kill. She still didn't want the McDonald's, but I did give her a raspberry and cheese Danish.
So did you go through the drive-thru? Did you go
No.
inside?
Nope, didn't go inside.
Where did you get the Danish from?
Oh, the Antonins that I brought from home. I gave her a couple of those.
Okay.
So she wasn't without food totally. So we just continued past it again and turned around and said, screw it, just drop you off early.
Okay, so you came back around to the McDonald's.
And then right onto the school.
Is that back on Jongyang Parkway?
Yeah,
or?
back on the Jongyang Parkway. It comes down here, and then here's Town Center again.
So then you took Town Center
yes.
the second time around?
Yes, and then made a right down to the school.
Do you remember what time you dropped her off?
I estimated it to be sometime between 8:20, 8:40.
Are you on your phone? Do you have Google Maps?
I do, but I wasn't mapsing it.
When you're giving her rides, does she sit in the front or the back?
She sits in the front. She likes to sit in the front.
Do you mind if I look at your maps real quick?
Yeah, that's right.
Thanks.
And just to confirm, also, you said, so the second time around, you said you went up Jongyang Parkway, you went through Town Center this time, made a right on Town Loop, and then you said you dropped her off
right here in this stretch here.
Around this area. Okay. Which was before the underpass.
Correct. Before the underpass, just before the church. The church was ahead on the left. The underpass was just beyond that. The school's just on the other side of the underpass. So maybe
on the left-hand side.
Maybe a block away.
Okay. And you said that that's typical of her to walk that distance?
Yeah, she likes the morning walks when it's cool. She doesn't like being seen getting out of certain cars. Being a middle schooler, it's an image thing. And she will sometimes like to hang out and wait for her friends. She's known to do that.
Do you mind if I just take a picture of your history?
Yeah, that's fine.
And that time would have been, you said around
8:20ish, 8:30, sometime between 8:20 and 8:40.
What time does she go into class?
She has to be there no later than 9:15. Doors open at 8. Doors open at 9, I think. And then school officially starts around 9:20 or 9:28, I think.
Okay.
Say that up.
And when you dropped her off, is that earlier than typical, later than typical, around the same time?
Earlier than typical.
Really?
We had made really good time that morning, and with the subtraction of McDonald's, we had more time than usual.
Okay.
And she said it was okay. She was very confident, convincing that it would be fine.
And you saw what direction she walked to after you dropped her off?
Yeah, it looked like she was moving towards the direction of the school like she was supposed to.
Was she still on the right side of the road, or did she cross over?
She was when I left her, yeah. She was still on the right side.
What kind of phone is this?
S23 Ultra.
I don't know how to work this thing.
So I barely know how to work it myself.
I'm an iPhone person.
No,
Is it okay if I go in your settings real quick? I just want to see if you're logged on to your Google.
I am not logged on to my Google with that, actually.
Is it okay if I check?
Yeah.
Does she have any other devices besides that phone? Any other electronics?
She had her school laptop with her.
Is that still supposed to be with her?
Still supposed to be with her, yes.
Okay. And what kind of book bag was she carrying?
Black book bag with like grayish blue hibiscus flowers on it, like a print.
When she leaves in the mornings, where does she usually put her phone?
Either in her backpack or like her back pocket, kind of wherever she just thinks to put it at the time.
Hold on, I don't know how to use this phone. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
I don't know, you've probably been asked already, but she's never ran away or been away for longer than a certain period of time, amount of time. Nothing like that.
No, she's very dependent on us. I don't think she'd know what to do if she did run away. She's not the type. She's a good kid.
Besides the ADHD, is she diagnosed with anything else?
Yeah, she was tested a while back and had some symptoms of autism, so she's potentially on the spectrum there.
Okay.
She was officially diagnosed with it when she was younger, and then she was retested and said, well, she shows symptoms of being on the spectrum, but maybe not full-on autistic.
Is this what you use to go places?
Yes. Go places, search addresses, look at store hours, write reviews. It's a pretty new phone, though. Have we had any updates?
We literally have like 50 people right now on scene looking. I don't know if there's any updates. The best person would be the other detective because he's the one that is in charge of all this.
I don't think I've eaten anything since yesterday.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys are worried.
When did you come back to help? Pardon?
Yeah. What do you mean?
Like, because you live down south, right? When did you come back up north to help her?
I just got here this weekend.
Do you remember what day it was?
Sunday. Sunday was her birthday party, so yeah, it was the evening after her birthday party. Sunday.
Okay. Do you remember what time you got here on Sunday?
8:30ish, maybe.
Okay.
Just in time to make sure that she was doing all her nighttime routine.
He came Sunday after her birthday? Is that truth or a lie? It's almost like one of those games. Truth or a lie when it comes to Stephan. because I know we've saw a lot of rumors that he was at one of the parties. So that's just one more question that I have. Was he there or was he not there? It's kind of like to be or not to be, a complete liar and a waste of oxygen. Again, thank you guys for all being here. And once we do go through the Madeline Soto information that I wanted to share tonight, and I'll kind of quickly skim through the live that I did just to show context of the areas of where they're talking about, I am going to discuss Sebastian because there's some stuff that I want to share, and there's some stuff that I'm probably going to lose a little bit of my temper about. So stay tuned, guys.
I'm waiting for her mom to get home.
Oh, poor baby. He might think, right. Oh, he ain't had nothing to eat. Well, neither is Maddie. Piece of shit. You're welcome, Doodle. Thank you for being here, honey. I appreciate it.
You live in North Pole, right?
Yeah, I split my time between the two.
Is that on
places.
Snug Street?
Snug Street,
Okay,
yeah.
that makes sense. You have a lot of Snug Street on here.
Yeah, I split my time between the two.
Is that Broward County or?
Sarasota County, I
Sarasota,
believe,
okay.
or Charlotte County, either way. It's my parents' house. They're old. They need help these days. And they got a house full of poodles. And it's chaos. So I needed to come back up here and just get away from that. Between two deaf old people yelling at each other and poodles yapping all the time, it's enough to drive anyone up a wall. I was very happy to be back here.
In my opinion, it isn't fitting the punishment on this earth.
Did you and your wife, when you guys were looking for where did you guys look?
Me and her stayed local. It was all the rest of the family that mobilized and was beating the bushes. And
Did you guys drive together or separate?
I don't think we drove anywhere when we were looking.
You didn't drive anywhere?
Not that I recall.
Did you guys go anywhere last night? Was that media?
Maybe. I think Fox 35 or something was coming.
Yeah.
If it is, let me tell him he needs to take it out.
Okay.
I don't recall.
Get some of that tea. Fox 35 done popped in. They want some of that tea. And I agree, Trouble. Absolutely. Absolutely. Doodle is a rock star, guys. And Doodle, please drop your link. If you're not subscribed to Doodle Bug Fart, please subscribe to her channel. She puts out some amazing, amazing content on our missing. So please make sure you sub up. And anytime you're in here, Doodle, if I forget to do it, drop your link because we need to get you to 1,000, girl. We need to get you above that.
You have to ask her if we went anywhere. I don't recall. I was so zonked out on Ativan at that point.
Okay.
I was a wreck. I don't.
And this would have been when?
I don't recall us going anywhere last night, but honestly, at that point, my brain was mush, and I was on so many tranquilizers to keep me stable. It's just.
You said Ativan?
Yeah.
Do you usually take that, or?
Yeah, I have a prescription. I haven't needed it in a long time, though. But
what's that for?
Anxiety.
Okay.
I was having these rolling panic attacks and breaking down crying, and I just.
It got lost. Sorry.
Thank you. Here you go. And it was the only way I could get to sleep last night. And then again this afternoon. That's why I missed your calls. I'm sorry. I was took an Ativan and conked out for a few hours. It's the only time when I'm not crying.
Girl, you are so welcome. And It's not a bad thing to monetize your channel, and I'll tell you why. Because let me tell you, other people's opinions, don't let that bother you. When you monetize your channel, it actually helps get your channel out into the algorithm. Like when I was monetized, I didn't promote it. But definitely if you hit that point and they give you that option, monetize, girl. I'm telling you. You don't have to promote it, and you have to go through a bunch of changes with Google AdSense to actually get the like I've got like $70 that are still stuck in my studio because it's a long story, but I'll get into that a different live. If you weren't here back then, yeah, dude, definitely. Like, I lost my monetization because, um, for those of you guys that are here and have been here and know the Summer Wells case, there was a creator that didn't like me, and I don't give two shits what he liked. But I co-host Twitter Spaces with Vern when Vern does Twitter Spaces, which right now I don't want to put out there where he is or anything, but he's busy with family. We'll say that. But I generally co-host his spaces, and these grifter YouTubers don't care for me because I'm here for the right reasons. They're not here for the right reasons. And we had put up billboards for summer, and they decided that they own Summer's case, and we didn't have any business doing that. And his little minions came after my channel and reported a bunch of my videos and got my monetization took down. So that's the only reason this channel is not monetized, girl. And what they failed and is the super chat that I got on the channel. I immediately donated that money to the billboards, like while I was on stream, and that money's still stuck in my studio. Like, I'm not even kidding you. But that person that sent his little minions over here is actually incarcerated now. And the other one, I guess she must be hurting for money because I've been seeing her in some chats. So I'm sure her little grifting hind end's back out here too. But I'll end that rant for now. That's a whole different live.
It's okay if I just pop down real quick.
Trouble, I'm so sorry to hear that.
So we're trying to get
I'm
just a
so
good
sorry.
idea of times, all that stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm so sorry. I'm giving my best recollections. I'm not a morning person as it is. So a lot of the times are best guess.
I'm so sorry, love.
but we know that you go up Jongyang Parkway down. That's the
Yes.
the road you usually take
Yeah.
to take her, and then you make a left at that McDonald's, right, which is the
Yeah.
town loop.
You can make a left to get there either at the McDonald's or at Town Center itself. They both lead to the school.
So if you leave her at, just so you get a sense of direction, Jongyang Parkway goes northbound and
Mhm.
southbound. So you're going northbound
Mhm.
into Orange County, making a left at the McDonald's, which is the town loop. You said when you did drop her off at that medium, you said it was around 8:20, 8:30-ish, somewhere around that time.
Somewhere in there. Yeah, it was early, but not like outrageously early. You know.
So what would you estimate when you made a left at that McDonald's to be?
After I dropped her off.
No, I'm saying when you dropped her off.
Oh, first left by that McDonald's.
Yeah, when you first go, that first left that you make at the McDonald's.
Had to have been around maybe eight, maybe quarter after 8, sometime in there.
Okay.
Sometime between 8 and a quarter after, I think.
All right. So just so it's, you can kind of picture it here on the map. So you're going northbound. You make a left here around like 8:10, 8:15. let's say 8:15 around there. When you get over here, you make a U-turn, you go back to the McDonald's, but you said that she still doesn't want the
Still
McDonald's.
doesn't want it. She was just going to eat the Danishes that I had given her.
So you're going up here now, still northbound on Jongyang Parkway.
Mm-hmm.
You make a left at Town Center this time.
Town Center, then make a right onto, yes.
And then you drop her off around like
dropped her off around halfway up the road there.
Okay. So keep in mind, all of this is still northbound.
Okay.
Right? You're still northbound on Jongyang Parkway.
Northbound.
So why is your car seen going southbound at 8:10? I'll show you what location it is. McDonald's is over here.
Mm-hmm.
At 8:10, your car is seen going southbound at this intersection. So meaning going toward Kissimmee.
Mm-hmm. I had forgotten my gate clicker. I'm sorry. I forgot. I had gone back to the house real quick after we left.
Oh, he got caught. Y'all, he forgot.
I actually had to go through the front gate and use my parking pass to grab my clicker. So it was the wrong time. I'm sorry. Like I said, I was guesstimating these times. I'm not a morning person.
Okay.
So yes, we'd gone out.
How far did you get before you came back down? When you realized you forgot your clicker?
Nearly all the way to the school. And then we turned around. We had plenty of time to kill, so there was time to go back. I rushed back, got the clicker, and that's when I came back here this way.
So you guys came back here to get your clicker?
Correct.
So when we look at the cameras in the front, it's going to show you coming back in here with her in the car?
Yes, with her in the passenger seat,
okay.
Yes.
I know it sounds like we're asking you stupid questions, okay? We just want to verify
okay.
the times.
I'm sorry I'm not being more help. I'm not a morning person. I was half asleep as it was. I'm trying.
The clickers to get where?
Into our neighborhood.
Okay. And you forgot the clicker where?
I had forgotten the clicker here.
So how did you get in?
I was able to use my parking sticker for them to scan to let me through.
Muted. They were full the day we went over there with reservations. So what we did is there's actually a live on the channel where we fed the gators hot dogs and hung out and actually got some footage of gators that were not in the fence. But thank you so much for coming in, Melissa Wildcard. Always a pleasure. Thank you, Carrie, for coming in. But we are planning on doing that. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Just haven't quite got around to it yet because they get really busy over there some weekends, and they can only fit so many people on the boats. And used to they had like 5 or 6 boats that were running, and then when we got there they only had the one, and you have to like get there during a certain time. So but we will be doing that. And eventually, guys, I will get my own airboat, fan boat, and we will do fishing lives from the boat. That is my intentions, to be able to do that. And then something else that we're planning on doing is we are planning on going to St. Augustine to the Fountain of Youth that I did not know about. And I definitely want to do that because that was super cool. And it's Ponce de Leon, and you get to drink the water. So I looked it up. It's like $20 to get in, which is freaking amazing. And then something else that we're looking at doing is that what was it called? Gator Week? It's Gator Week in Osceola, and like it's all for a good cause. It goes to charity. It helps children in Osceola County, which is where Madeline's body was found, for to be able to get into college. So that's something else that we're planning on doing. When it gets summertime, and now that he's able to use his cane and not be in the wheelchair, we're going to be able to do a lot more stuff. Like we've got a beach trip planned, and of course you guys know I love to go live from the beach, and we may go to Coco again because the last time we went to Coco we actually got to watch the military fly and play and drop people out of the planes, and there's a live on the channel on that too. So definitely. Um, and Doodle, don't you ever be sorry for telling your story, honey. Hi, Owl on the Prowl. Welcome in, Dave. Don't you ever be sorry for telling your story. This is a safe place. You guys chat amongst yourselves. I'm here. I will always watch chat unless I've got it on a different screen and I'm missing chat. But don't ever apologize. Hey, my mom used to tell us what doesn't kill us makes us stronger. And for those of y'all that know my story, there's many reasons why I do what I do here. And I mean, it is so important to tell your story, especially if you can touch the heart or impact another person that may need to hear what you have to say, may need to hear that they're not alone. And that's something that I'm real big about is you're not alone. You're not alone. Like we are a great community here. And I empower anybody that the link stream is in the chat. If you want to come up on panel, you're always welcome to come up on panel. If I don't have the link stream in chat, just ask and I'll drop a link. Always, my front porch is open for anybody that wants to come up and rock, and that's anytime. You want to come up on my front porch, come on up, and we will sit and rock and talk, and you never know where we'll end up. But yeah, don't ever apologize, honey. Yes, you caught a live. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for coming in. Thank you all for being here. Much love to you, Doodle, and thank you for accepting your wrench. You do amazing work you do great on your channel. You do amazing work on doggos. And, I'm real big about having credible wrenches in here. So I appreciate you for becoming part of the Brain Pickers. We got about probably 15 minutes left on this audio.
Okay. So could you not have done that after you dropped her off?
I could have, but I also like to come back in from the back gate a lot of the times, and I didn't know if I would be back right away. And sometimes they're busy up front, so it's better not to wait in a line.
What time is security usually there at the front gate?
They were there when I came through. He scanned my ticket.
So would it have not just made more sense to drop her off and come back since security's already there?
I don't know if it made more sense. It's just what I did.
Okay.
There you go. Oh, thank you.
Anything else that we haven't asked you feels important? Maybe that might help us out?
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble recollecting everything.
I'm going to step away for a second.
Anything that you remember maybe she might have told you?
She didn't mention anything in particular. I made a joke about her Crocs. She wears Crocs and socks. So we were joking about that.
So I wear Crocs and socks. I wish he'd joke with me about Crocs and socks, and I would be more than happy to snuggle my hands around his neck till his eyes pop out. But anyway, dirtbag.
Would you say she's usually like a happy, go lucky girl?
Very happy. She brings a lot of joy. She's a very good girl. It definitely doesn't feel the same around here if she's not here. She was so happy too. She was looking forward to my visit here. She was looking forward to us all being together. She was just happy. She was just very happy.
Oh, wow.
I loved her like she was my own.
And is she the only child, or does she have siblings?
She is the only child, yes.
Do you have any kids with anyone else, or
no?
So she's kind of
is what we call me.
So you'd say you guys have a pretty good relationship.
Yeah. definitely have a very strong bond.
Just
But
dating.
I'm the person she goes to when her mom gets in a fight with her and she needs someone to comfort her, and
Mm-hmm.
like I'm that person for her.
How's her relationship with mom?
Good most of the time. You know, puberty not long ago, so she's getting the PMS mood swings, and when her mom gets them too, they butt heads, and so as well as you can expect. But
Okay, so what in the fuck gives this man the right to talk about that child turning into a woman? Like, I'm literally mind blown how that was even significant, other than his mind goes to her personal. Like, I can't with this man. He makes me absolutely sick to my stomach. And I hope they go with the death penalty because he deserves nothing less. And like I said, they should have left him in Orange County because that would have saved our taxpayers, being myself and a lot of other people that are local, um, tax money. Because Orange County, he would have got jail justice. Osceola County's in the middle of nowhere.
otherwise, very loving, very loving. This girl knows nothing but love
Right.
here in this house. She hardly ever hears the word no. Double-edged sword that is.
How is she in school?
So. She's so in school.
Like grade wise
She's
or
doing a
behavior
lot
wise?
better though. Apparently, she just made student of the week.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, so we're very proud of her. She's doing singing, choir, and she's sounding just amazing. She sang for me last night, and I immediately wanted to show her the movie Sister Act
Mm-hmm.
because of the choir singing. It was so pretty. It reminded me. Told her I was very proud of her.
Does she have does she like video games, anything like that?
She
You
does
know.
like video games. Yeah, she plays Roblox, Minecraft. I think those are the two big ones that I know of.
You don't know if her to like ever have any friends on there that she talks to, anything
She
like that?
does. She does group chats. She does like voice chatting too on it. Usually with like her cousins or her friends, and they'll all be playing Roblox or something, yelling at each other on the phone. Um,
When's the last time you all lived together?
December.
December. Okay.
December.
And you said the reason was for your parents down there?
Yeah, going down to help them because they're getting on in age and they're making their end of life plans and they need someone to help out.
Can you unlock this one more time, please?
Sure.
I have a question.
Yes.
Sorry, are you guys done?
No. Okay.
The other detective mentioned that you did not have your phone yesterday.
Correct.
Tell me about that.
I left my phone at home in the morning too. I was so busy riding Herd over to get us out the door on time that I left my phone. She left her phone. We both left our phones.
Did you have your phone when you went to the smoke shop?
Not the first time after I dropped her off. I was still without it. I got my phone and went back to the smoke shop later when I got home.
And then I also noticed, I was checking your call history. I noticed that you don't have anything before this morning. Is that unusual on your phone?
No, it's a new phone. Stupid. I went to do an update yesterday morning.
Doodle, yes. I think she knew. Absolutely 100%. I think she knew. And the reasons I think she knew is because even if you're a shitty mom, you still realize things that are happening in your daughter's life. If you live in the same house with your daughter, I believe she knew 100% because this had been going on for several years. So not only would she have seen a change in Maddie, like I said, teenagers, preteens, they don't do their own laundry. So she would have done Madeline's laundry. She would have seen, for lack of better words, her sheets, her clothing would have showed evidence of the fact of what he was doing to her. I 110% believe that Jen knew what was going on. And one thing about Florida police is they take their sweet ass time because, and these type of cases that are high profile like this, I believe, and this is my opinion, what they're trying to do is not have another Casey Anthony. And that's how I feel. Is they think that if the longer time that they take, they're not going to have another Casey Anthony where a murderer walks free. Do I honestly, in my heart, feel like we're going to see Jen arrested? Absolutely, 100%. I do. We know they had trackers on their cars. Um, what I really want to know, what I cannot wait for to come out in trial, is was she in the car? Where was Jen when he was driving around with this dead child in his vehicle? If she died in the early mornings in that house or was murdered in the early mornings in that house, where the hell was Jen? And not only that, the job that she did is a Disney vacation person. Those jobs are remote. A lot of them are remote. And I'll tell you why. Because when we moved from Daytona to Orlando, I actually applied for that job. And I ended up getting the job that I have now, which I just changed positions, but it's still the same company. And that's a remote position where you work from home. So I honestly believe 110% she absolutely knew. Melissa Wildcard said they're a boyfriend in Florida arrested last week. His girlfriend was missing for a while. Tanya Whip. Yeah, I actually know the Tanya Whip case. I'm spent many hours on the phone with her family. I went and boots on the ground and filmed her billboard when it was put up. I'm very familiar with her case. I actually had a local print shop print a bunch of flyers and send them to her family to hand out at a search one day. When that happened, Mr. Sunshine was still in the hospital from his car wreck, so I didn't get to go help search because I had to be there with him. I was actually going through training on how to take care of him at home. But I'm very, very well versed in her case as well. And honestly, I'm glad to see that his ass was arrested. But look how long it took for them to arrest him. And she's still missing. Yeah, her story is very sad. I just saw that most card. So much evil happening every minute of the day. How are any of us still alive? Right. Yeah, you think she knew too? No mom would have been sleeping in. No mom would have had him sleeping in the bed alone with her. Absolutely. Absolutely. There's no way in hell. No way in hell. And many of you guys know I have a stepdaughter that's Maddie's age. No, she's still missing as far as I know. And if she couldn't sleep alone, Jen should have slept in the bed with her. Absolutely ridiculous. I agree, Doodlebug. I 100% agree. In the documents that were released, the docket actually read them on his live. He read bits and pieces of them. They're really, really graphic. And I tried to read the first set of documents that came out. I made it through about a paragraph of it and was absolutely nauseous. So I'm not even going to attempt to read those documents because it's freaking disgusting. But there's parts in that document where Jen talks about how she had anxiety and she would send Stephan and Maddie into a different room to sleep at night. She's a fucking monster too.
And I don't know what the fuck, pardon me. I don't know what the heck I did, but somehow during the massive OS update, I managed to factory reset my phone and lose all of my contacts, all
Bullshit.
my information.
Mm-hmm. What time was that? Do you remember?
Oh, sometime while I was hanging out with her, I looked at her and said, "What did I just do?"
Okay.
She might know better. I don't know what time it was. It was when I was here with.
Okay. I don't think I have any other questions. Do you, Louis?
I don't know where my head was yesterday. It was so far up my backside.
That's okay. We understand. In the meantime, while we're waiting for all this to get sorted out, I am going to hold on to your phone, okay? I'll give it back to you when we're done.
Okay.
Okay? Do you have any questions for us?
How long are you gonna need my phone? That's
I'm not sure. I'm waiting for my supervisor to call me.
my dad. It's just my dad's using that to get a hold of me and get updates.
They can call Jen's phone.
Okay.
Did the other detective give you his business card?
I believe so.
Okay, well, here's mine in case you want it for any reason.
Okay.
Okay?
Mhm.
Do you swear that everything you told us is true?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Thanks for your time. We appreciate it. I know it's a little hectic right now. And then I know you were about to head somewhere. If you can just hang tight and refrain from going back in your
agree.
car, please.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I was actually gonna move it over a spot.
No, just leave it
So-
here. It's fine. Thank you.
Hi, Ginger. My name is Marvell Frisco, and I'm the first Black union representative that works.
Ha ha. Doodle, if I don't mute myself and have a whole conversation at least once, it's not alive. Thank you, dear. So again, big shout out to Dandy for dropping that in our Discord. Hello, Drifty Rabbit. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for letting me know I was muted, love. It's not alive unless I mute myself at least once. I agree that type of bonding makes the victim unwilling to tell what's happening to them. Absolutely. And I believe that she was trauma bonded as well. I do too. There's no sound. Hopefully there's sound now. Can you guys hear me now? Hopefully y'all can hear me. This whole live is just went awry. So I've started out like sitting here like having a whole conversation and looked up and I hadn't even hit go live yet. Like I'm telling y'all, I'm batting a 10 this week. You can hear me? Okay, good deal. Because I was going to check the phone and make sure I had audio. So, yay for audio. Oh, Lord. Christy B, welcome in, love. Thank you so much for being here. Right, I'm telling you, like, if I don't mute myself at least once, like, it's not a live. I have to mute myself at least once. Or, like, I'm really good at, like, streaming and being on the wrong screen so you guys are seeing one thing and hearing something else. That's another thing I'm known for. It's crazy. You know, I try my best. I try my best for y'all. But I be screwing up sometimes.
Not special.
But I love you guys for overlooking my craziness. Because we are stronger together. Yeah, no swamp signal tonight. What? What? No swamp signal? I don't even know how to act without my swamp signal acting up, y'all. Usually my swamp signal done kicked completely in. I'm so honored to have all you guys here. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you so much for coming in. All right. And for those of y'all that don't know, I normally go by Sunshine. The channel is Mind of Monsters, and I am Christy too. My husband just pointed the remote at me, trying to mute me, and says it's not working. That is priceless. I love that. I love that. If only we had the husband mute button. Dude, do you know if we could patent that, how much absolute money we could make to donate to these good causes? Any men in here with wood? Oh, well, looky there. Did we get a troll? Well, hi, welcome in. Welcome in, Molly Collie. I can only imagine who that is. But you guys, trolls will be eaten around here. So he's a hoot. That's awesome. Jacqueline mine did that once and then had disappeared for 3 days. What? Missing remote controls. All right, so I promised that I would stream some of this just so we can have content of where the monster was talking about. So, thank you, Doodle. You're awesome. Eating bloop, burp, Molly Collie. You think you guys are cute and you think I don't know who you are, but you can troll right back on over to your little Grifton YouTube channel there, bub, if you can still hear me, because my wonderful mods will get rid of your ass because you're not welcome over here because I don't put up with that. Neither will my mods. This is a friendly chat full of good people, and we're not grifting liars, so it's probably not the place for you. Being nosy, was your husband in an accident? You said he was in a cane and wheelchair. Yes, he was in an accident. So if you're familiar with Florida, he was on I-4. And what's so crazy is he was working in Daytona. We lived in Orlando. He never took I-4 to come home. And randomly one day, he decided to take I-4. There are some shorts on my channel. Yeah. That are part of his recovery. Actually, we can show that just to give you guys some context of kind of what happened, excuse me, earlier this year. And I'll bring those up and I'll show you guys his recovery. It was phenomenal, like what he actually went through and where he is today. So let's see. See, that was Crime Con. I thought I had shorts on here. Somewhere. I upload a lot of shorts, guys. So I'm looking. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, so here's one. I'll pause it and screen share and I'll show you guys his oh, you guys can see it. So we'll make that big. Y'all, Mind the Monsters, Sunshine here. I wanted to just say thank you for all the kind words, and I appreciate everybody's prayers and positive vibes. If you could send as many prayers as you can. As you can see, Mr. Sunshine was in a bad wreck. Hey. This is Mr. Sunshine. He's sending love to all you guys. He's still a little weak.
Thank you.
Hey y'all, Mind the Monsters, Sunshine here. He just wanted to say thank you, and I thank you too for all the prayers and positive vibes. Hey y'all, Mind the Monsters. Just wanted to say a big shout out and a big thank you. And always remember, if you see something, say something. Never give up. It takes a village to raise a child, And make sure you hit that subscribe and that like button. Hey, y'all. Mr. Sunshine here. He's Cadillacing. I wanted to show you guys all of his progress. Mr. Sunshine. Hey guys, Monday Monster Sunshine here. So this is a missing case out of Florida. This is Tanya Lee Whip. She is missing out of Arbondale, Florida. She's going to be featured on News Nation. So I'm going to ask you guys, please share her poster. Please share her poster. Please share her face. You'll find her poster on my community wall. Hey guys.
You love my food. Oh yeah. Yeah, I have an 05 on sec. Don't get my face on my fat belly.
All right, so that was on video, not his face and his fat belly that we love dearly, don't we? So he can't walk, but he can wiggle, 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 wiggle. Yeah.
Wiggle, 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 yeah. Wiggle, 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 yeah. Yeah. Wiggle, 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 yeah.
You want to say thank you to everybody?
Yeah. Yes. Thank you guys for all your support. It's a long road. This is tough, but anybody that wants to walk again can do it. And you just got to stay strong and work hard. Wiggle, 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 yeah. Wiggle, wiggle, yeah.
Okay, you guys.
Just be you. Just be yourself, bro. Don't worry about what nobody else saying about you. Don't worry about what nobody else talking about. Just be you. Just be yourself. Wanna know why? Because at the end of the day, bro, they gonna have something to say about you regardless. Just be you. Just be yourself.
Speak.
Oh, you're taking a picture. I got my baby right here. Look at my baby. Oh, that's me, baby.
He's home, y'all.
My baby.
Happy to be home.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Shows my baby right here. That's my baby.
She's evil. Look at her. She will eat you up. Terror weenie.
Yeah.
The itsy bit. This is kind of funny. 22 years. Today marks 22 years since 9/11. That was my Calavente itsy bitsy spider.
Got it. Do it.
So these are all my shorts. This is where
CramCon 2023 Orlando, baby, Mr. Sunshine, rocking the Sunday badge.
Baby.
and I got a hug from Daddy News. What?
Thank you guys.
I got to meet Brian Enton. I got to meet a bunch of other good people too, but I was really proud of that.
Hi.
Okay, so
Alright,
this
Mr.
is
Sunshine
another
has went
video of
through
him.
A long, extensive recovery, and he's going to show you guys what he can do now. For those of y'all that are new, he went through a car wreck on September the 6th, 2023. Both of his legs are broken, reconstructed with metal. He now has a fully metal femur bone. His hip has been reconstructed. His neck is broken. 6 broken ribs. And this is pure strength and recovery, y'all. He's doing this on no pain medication.
Yep, no pain pills. 0. Fuck with that.
Ah,
Oh, sorry. Mess with that.
too late.
Want to start over?
Y'all, it was not September, it was July. So I have one of him walking. This is what I'm looking for, guys. Here we go. Got this?
Yep.
From a coma to waking up to no use of his legs, 4 surgeries, 80% middle, to walking to the store.
And driving.
Recovery. Hashtag salt life. So for anybody that's new to the channel, that was my summer. Yeah, I love that. Eat all the trolls. Molly's in here. Well, hello, Molly. Thank you for coming in. He is very inspirational, and make sure I'm not muted. Okay. So actually, right after we got home, we went to a vigil for Vladek Castle, who's missing here out of Orlando, a missing Marine. And I'm very close to his family and love them dearly. He actually spoke at the vigil, and I mean, he had everybody in tears. So he's doing a lot better now. He's back to his old stubborn self. I am too. He is definitely on the upper tier, and he is. Thank you so much, Jacqueline. You're so welcome, guys. It was devastating. It was absolutely devastating, and I was actually on the phone with him when it happened. And I was on the phone with him when it happened, and I actually he died twice before they got him to the hospital, and then he died in one of his surgeries and was in a coma, came out of a coma, went through surgeries. He's from the waist down completely rebuilt. He has a brain injury and is like a force to be reckoned with. But if you guys have ever heard of the Florida Man, he's the Florida Man because he absolutely refuses to give up. And he is definitely a force to be reckoned with. So this is the day that we went to Madeline's. So just to give some context. Across. This is her school. I got her here at her school. There's the school sign. And I'm not going to play this whole thing, guys. It is at her school. And this is for Madeline Soto. Oh, so pretty. So I think I'm just going to kind of set it right here. So that's the cross for me and Think Tank for Madeline. It's a pretty tree. And the school is closed, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time hanging out at the school. But that's the memorial that is set up here at Madeline Soto School, Hunters Creek Middle School in Orlando. Okay, so we're leaving Madeline School. There's our memorial for 1 mile.
It's 2 p.m. Eastern Standard. Here's the cross. So here's preschool.
This is the
We're just
church.
gonna kind of make a loop-de-loop around the church. Sorry, guys. So this is a really pretty piece of property. So there's the preschool part, and here's the church. We're probably, I don't know, so 500 feet from the preschool. So there's the church. There's the church.
So that's how close the church is to the school, guys.
It took us about a minute, roughly about 60 seconds, a minute to get to the church from the school. So this is where he dropped her off at and watched her walk towards the school. So if you can't see it, there's the interstate. There's the big cross, and her school is right on the other side. And just for context, I'm not sure if that's a business. It's apartments, is what Mr. Sunshine's saying. So, in the medium that we saw in the license plate reader,
Let's skip through. This is Old Hickory Trail.
there's somebody here already, so at least we know it's safe to park on the side of the road. Maybe go up and turn around so you can park over there. Okay, I'm gonna cut the video and then I'll cut a piece back in. There's the hay bales. This is the little wooded area that she was found in. And this is the memorial.
So for those that were in Doggo's live the other night, this is the little sad little tree line that I was talking about. Is about in the beginning? Yeah. Thank you so much, Christy. I appreciate it, honey. And her memorial has grown so much since this day.
Oh, beautiful little angel. Wow, people have really been just like bringing out some beautiful stuff. Oh, wow. There's a football, basketball, solar lights. Really, really pretty. Very, very pretty. Very, very pretty. There's the area.
And this is where I dug the holes to plant the flowers. So we'll kind of skip through that. That was the bulbs that I planted. And actually, another one of the flowers are blooming. And when it blooms, I'll put it on the community wall. And of course, I'll post it in Discord and on Twitter as well.
I'm not a gardener, you guys, so.
That's good, baby. Then put some water on it.
My best, because I'm not a gardener. I grew cactuses.
I used to be a landscaper. Don't worry, I got it covered.
And his who live, Doug live, did you say? Doggo. Doggo's live. Cafe with Doggo. Guys, I edited out my butt crack. Sorry about that.
You want to just want to leave those in the pot, baby. Put some water on them.
Just leave them in the pot.
Yeah.
I don't want to leave any plastic out here. I want to plant these.
You have to dig real deep on that.
Ground is a lot rougher.
Yeah.
But
it's gonna
Doug
take you a
Live with
minute
Northport
to
is
do
an
it that
amazing
way.
human too.
That's fine.
He's a great creator.
That was the whole point of getting native flowers.
I'll skip through to the flowers.
Beautiful. That's beautiful.
There's the first one. That's the one that I picked for Dandy. Me and the
Oh,
baby
is that
actually
even
picked them
around?
out.
Beautiful.
But these got
Nice.
mowed down, guys. I was really upset about it. So we went and got her some cactuses.
They're a pretty
And
little.
we're going to take cactuses back over there.
Getting her wings too soon.
All right, throw a little water on it. Put it around the circle around it, and then put some on the middle. There you go. Beautiful. So we got the bulbs right there. We got that plant there, and we'll put one next to it. This is a beautiful field. We got a lot of cows on the pasture there. The road.
I tried to hide my butt crack, y'all. Okay, guys. So here's her second flower. You guys can see that. I'm going to cover it up. Okay, guys. So there's Madeline's flowers from the think tank, FarQ, Dandy, all the subs, all the mods, Shauna, Frankie, myself, Mecky, everybody. There's our flowers that we have planted here for Madeline Soto. And I'll take one walk back down the fence line here. Rest in peace, Angel. Just beautiful, beautiful community. All the beautiful flowers, stuffed animals. Oh, that's pretty. Look at that, guys. Just amazing. There we go. There's some more. Mind the monsters, y'all. Sunshines. Be sunshines. Thank you for your support, as always. Remember, it takes a village to raise a child. If you see something, say something. And never give up. So that is a video that's on the channel. It's not live. It was a video that I cut together. Welcome in, Jacob. Do I like bouncy houses? Wow, all the trolls are out tonight. Yes, I watch Doug Live, especially when they're searching for Brian Laundrie. He was out looking for him, right? Yeah. Yeah, he actually did some videos on Tanya Whip, too. He interviewed her boyfriend. Then got hurt by a YouTuber and left for dead in the street. Yeah, that was, I mean, beat the man practically to death. I love watching you do this in honor of him. Aw, love you, Dandy. And there's a live on the channel. We did a combo live where we went and we filmed the route that Catherine took when she was carjacked and then burned in her vehicle in Osceola. And it's actually about 15 minutes from Maddie's memorial. So that one's alive as well. Check that out because her memorial grew. I mean, like, it's huge. And we're going to take her cactuses out there and show off her cactuses as well. And put them there at her memorial. I'm taking care of elderly parents. I'm good at cleaning, but plants, yard work have a lot to learn. I don't have to worry about butt crack out here in the middle of nowhere, though. Dude, I was in the middle of nowhere, and wasn't even thinking about my butt crack hanging out, and some guy drove by and honked, and I was like, "Oh, hey," and then I thought and I looked up at him, and I was like, "Is my butt crack hanging out?" And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "You couldn't tell me?" So, you guys got to see the backside of the channel. Ta-da-ch. Alright, so now I'm gonna, share some information on Sebastian Rogers. Let me pull this up, and we are gonna take a look at what was released today by local news, and then, I'm probably gonna get on a little bit of a rant. Is this an ad?
15-year-old Sebastian Rogers went missing from Hendersonville nearly 3 months ago. The community is not giving up hope by organizing search parties and prayer vigils. Another event is scheduled for this Sunday. Peyton Kennedy is here after talking with one of the organizers. Peyton.
Yeah, Nicole, this Sunday, everyone is invited to join a ride for Sebastian, followed by a prayer vigil and a cookout. The organizers tell me that so far, about 300 people are expected to join the ride through Hendersonville, with many coming from out of state. They'll be carrying signs with information about Sebastian. You can participate in whatever vehicle you would like, whether it be a car or a motorcycle. No registration is required. There will also be an escort by Hendersonville police. At 4 p.m. at the Rudder. It's a restaurant on River Road. The engines will start at 5 p.m. and the vehicles will end at Beach High School for a 6 p.m. prayer vigil with multiple speakers, followed by that cookout. Shalon Williams, who typically leads the prayers at Sebastian's vigils, says this is a story she believes has touched hearts near and far, and it's clear in the amount of people they have traveling to Hendersonville for the event Sunday.
We have a missing teen who's 15 years old. And at this point, we just need all hands on deck. People want Sebastian home. And so many people across the country have reached out to us and just how can we help? What can we do?
So this would be one of those ways to show your support. And with rumors continuing to circulate regarding Sebastian's disappearance, the Sumner County Sheriff's Office tells us this morning there is no new credible information to share. They've looked into these social media statements that are swirling and found them to be false.
Termites? Where are they coming from?
Right. So, I made it clear on Doggo's panel, and I believe I've talked about it here a couple of times. This Tony guy has no business near this case whatsoever. He has no background in PR. He has no business near this case. He's a drama stir. He's making nothing better in this case. It's just more drama, more bullshit, and more YouTubers making money off this baby's case. You want to know what you can do to help? Share his flyer, share his name, share his face. If you see him, call 1-800-TBI-FINE. That's what we can do to help. 6, 8, 10-hour lives, streaming other people's lives, bitching and complaining, and, oh, did you see this? Did you see that? Did you see this? Did you see that? None of that shit's going to help bring him home. It's not going to help whatsoever. And it absolutely is disgusting. And it makes them all look like a bunch of jackasses. That's exactly what it makes them look like, is a bunch of jackasses. Danny says, what's going on is disheartened. Sebastian needs to be found. Thank you, Sunshine, for keeping it real. You are more than welcome, honey. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being a support to the channel and an amazing human being. So this is fair use, and I'm going to share this, not because I support this creator by any means whatsoever. She is a drama stirring, should be ashamed of herself, and it's not coming from YouTube. This is actually coming from Twitter. And for those of you that are new to the channel or may not know a lot about this channel, I'm big on Twitter. If you don't follow me on Twitter, please, by all means, follow me on Twitter. So we're going to start out with, I almost called her by her nickname, Bullhorn Betty. I am so saddened by all the childish and unprofessional behavior in the Sebastian Rogers case. It is no longer about Sebastian. It's about everyone's hurt feelings. Just sad. I guess everyone else matters more than this kid. So I am going to give her a prop for screenshotting her photos, apparently. It's a little weird, but okay. And sharing his flyer. His flyer can be found on my community wall, Duchess, Arctic Fox, like a lot of really good creators. Now, this woman, I do not follow her channel. I do not subscribe to her channel. I do not watch her channel. And I've made it very clear how I feel about this woman. She is a shit stirrer. I have nothing for her. I wouldn't piss down her throat if her guts were on fire, to put it nicely. But I haven't seen this, so I figured we would watch it together.
So is that him himself? You know where I'm at, Trevor. Why don't you just go ahead and step out of Chloe's house and come on over, boy? And I'll show you what a man does.
Oh,
Step.
you're really helping find Sebastian doing this.
Hey, why you sitting there changing your face? Hey, what? Can't spend the time looking for summer no more, right? You want to say where I'm at? You see where I'm at. You don't know what I'm doing.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
What are you doing? Why are you on this panel right now?
Why don't you go ahead and tell
Don't you ever, and I will let this be publicly known. You, Chloe, your whole team does not have my blessing to use my name or my son's name to ask people to search on their property. Like you have a contract with me. Trevor, you need to go home, boy. This is out of your league.
Is it? Because if I recall, I'm the one that's...
Yeah, is it? Because if I recall, I didn't ask you to respond. I told you to get off the panel, boy. This is my son, not yours. My son, not yours. My son. This is Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. I named him. I named him Sebastian. I named him Drake. I named him Wayne. I named him Rogers. That's my last name. Take your Trevor Lee ass and fuck off, dude. You want to literally? This is my goddamn son.
Seth.
Aw. Now, isn't that what you want to see? Isn't that how you want to see the father of a missing child act? And no, I'm not bashing Seth because I don't have to bash Seth. He makes himself look like an ass. Perfectly fine on his own. And I've made it very clear that I do not support that woman. When we ran Summer's billboard, when Vern started that campaign, I messaged Vern and I warned him. I said, you're going to bring the snakes out of the grass and they're going to come after you. This woman called Blip, which is amazing that she called them. I communicate with them through email. And put it on a live because she tried to say that we were scamming. Bitch, we ain't scamming nothing, first of all. And I have nothing for that woman. Duchess had Chris and Katie on panel to share Sebastian's story, to share their story, the fact that their son was missing. Then this woman wants to throw a hissy fit because she didn't get him on her channel. I have made myself very clear. And guys, this is going to turn for a little bit, so I apologize. I do not mean this to be triggering towards anybody, and I'm not trying to be an asshole, but I'm going to speak my word for a minute here. Summer Wells is missing out of Tennessee. Do you know how many kids are missing out of Tennessee? Do you know how many of these shitty creators built their channel off of Summer's back? I could sit here and this weekend, I'm going to make a spreadsheet of creators for families to stay the hell away from. And we've decided it's going to be a two-sided. So we're going to have one side that's all creators that are grifters and don't give two shits about your kids and they're tragedy pimps. And then we're going to have a side of creators that are credible creators that do this for the right reasons. And I'm going to make it public. And I don't care who I piss off. Because if you're new to the channel, learn that I'm not here to be some kind of star YouTuber. That's not who I am. I don't agree with Sebastian's personal information and his personal trauma being put out. I don't agree with this stirring shit about the CPS reports or DCYF or whatever the hell you want to call them. If it hadn't been for SF Investigates, that would have been put out publicly. And I love Steve, and I have nothing but respect for Steve. Steve does phenomenal, amazing work. As far as Pascal, I appreciate him sharing out. Well, no, let me rephrase that, because what he did was he pulled my live up when Mini Monster was in Nashville looking for Riley. Did not mention my channel name, nothing, but people still found me and they still came over here and watched my channel instead of pulling up his little phone and showing his phone on his screen. Apparently, there's a channel that's live in Nashville. You know, you're a tragedy pimp. All you do is you read super chats. You don't give two shits about your community. You don't give two shits about these missing people. All you're doing is making money off of missing people's backs. And I have no respect for you whatsoever. Just going to put that out there. Everybody that's credible that has tried to help in this case has been run off. You have this whole TikTok shitstorm going on that absolutely infuriates me. We've got fake dog handlers. We've got fake PR people that are put out there. You know, you got some great channels, Granny's Watching, Nonsense, just off the top of my head, that are calling out these people for their bad behavior and how they should be ashamed of themselves in a missing child's case. That's not how we do things over here. That's not how I will ever do things over here. Let's see. Tell us how you really feel. Oh, you finna hear how I really feel, because I'm not done. Buckle up then, bloomers, because it's sad what these people are doing to these parents. It is sad, and they should be ashamed of themselves. If Sebastian returns home, he has right, have destroyed his name. Absolutely. Absolutely. You have an opinion based on facts. It's absurd what's going on attacking the parents. Absolutely, I agree. And no, he shouldn't be on any panels, because all you're doing is you're coming out and you're putting out information, and your PR rep is putting out information that are not only lies, but stuff that should never be released to the public. And she is absolute trash. I agree. Seth is all in, and I understand the frustration. I'm not going to pass judgment on someone who's desperately looking for their child, and I respect that. But what I don't respect of Seth is putting out Sebastian's trauma. That should have never, ever been put out publicly. It's disgusting, right? People owe for profit. Oh, thank you, honey. I no longer watch that channel. Integrity is everything, right? Absolutely. Absolutely. Summers, Don got drunk and showed his rear end. Absolutely. 100%. 100%. Well, then you have, let's see. Oh, I'm in the wrong thing, guys. Let me get over here. Pull my screen back up so you guys can see. This is my Twitter. So I'm going to go into my bookmarks because I have some more shit I want to share here that's on here. Okay, so this little shitwad blocked me on Twitter, which is quite hilarious. And I've met him in person, so he can just block away. But look at this. $49.99. Funny how Tony vowed to only talk to national news and get set off of social media. Now Tony is on TikTok being creepy and running his Griff Hustler pal Nina Glass. This immediately asked for $2,500. Tony is a hustler. The felons in this case. And then this guy, I'd never even heard of this guy, but we're going to take a look at this too. And again, this is Twitter. I'm using it with fair use.
Ask me that question again regarding the text from Sebastian to Casey's mom, correct?
Yes, I'm curious as to whether or not that you know what time frame we're talking about that the text was sent.
Our person that came forward with that information, we had a lot of 24 pages of conversations going back and forth, 12 pages, 2 different ways. And we know it was in the evening, and he was still talking about how fantastic his breakfast was that morning. It was, it was innocent. Did
you hear at all if there's been multiple texts prior to this? Do they keep in contact? I just find it very odd.
Well, when I say we, our team was led to believe that that relationship was estranged and there wasn't really any contact. So that was kind of a big deal to us.
Right.
And we, somebody made a comment, should she be allowed to have contact with the child, with her background?
Exactly.
I don't really know. I don't know if it's federal or state to state, but I think there's a big difference between physical contact and being able to talk to someone. I mean, you can talk to somebody on the phone when you're in prison. So,
Right.
I don't know if he breached any sort of law or broke the law by having, phone contact with him. Does that make sense?
But also, Sebastian would be her grandson, and he wouldn't have been the victim, so that may also play a part in their communication.
Right.
Yeah, but some of those.
If any of the charges, right, like whatever charge she has, if she's not supposed to have any contact with any kids, or if she's only not allowed to have contact with the victim, if she's not allowed to talk to, the victim's family, or
Right. Exactly. You guys don't know, so don't freaking speculate. Right.
But we don't know
what exactly
what the stipulations may be.
Right.
I know that depending on the level, guys, there are cases where you're simply not allowed to have contact with a minor. Period.
Exactly.
Correct. Right. But we don't know what those stipulations are.
Right.
Yeah, unless
we know specifically and see it.
Yeah.
So that clip was from Granny's Watching. This is Stephen Crabtree. And I don't even know who the hell this guy is. But we're going to take a look at this shitstorm.
Hey guys, I just want to come on here before any lives or anything like that. And I'm sure a couple people might say something about this, but I am a man. When I make a mistake, I'll come here and say it. Now, I had the opportunity to have the major of the head guy over the criminal investigations unit, Tim Bailey, had the opportunity to talk to him today. And what I will tell you is I made a very, very crucial mistake when misspeaking about the camera footage that they have and all the footage that they have gathered. They have not seen Sebastian past the date of the 26th that he went missing. This is my fault for me making an understanding after talking to him that when we were talking and was talking about all the camera footage and I had asked the question, he was simply stating, no, they have gathered every bit of footage they could from all the cameras that they could, and including the one where, it was said that, he was in the area. They went to those locations and was, where they could get camera footage and got those. I thought that he said that, or took it as a way of like, oh no, yeah. So the day that we have footage that he has seen past that date. Cindy will be able to explain this a lot better. She also talked to him. There's a lot of things, man, that I can say. But first and foremost, I want to apologize to Gator. I don't do that stuff. I'm not a crime talk. I'm going to make a mistake. And I've always said this on every one of my videos. Check my information, do your own research, and you find out. And unfortunately.
So I don't know who this guy is, but if you're not a true crime channel and you're not a crime talk, stay the hell away from cases.
Trying to be helpful, it would be something that would be very bad in the sense of like where it got out to, in the fact that it put hopes out there that were false and making
felons.
Seth believe that
felons,
that his son had been criminals past that date of the 26th. That I am truly sorry for. And when talking to Tim was very, very nice, very positive. He said, one of the main reasons why he did not, that they don't like doing press releases every day, like in every week or anything, is because in all honesty, he doesn't want to deliver nothing burgers. He don't want to get Seth and the family's hopes up. There's a lot more to this I can say that I can't put into words correctly, because I don't think I'm the person that should be doing this, right? This should come from Tony, Cindy, people that are credible. I went up there, absolutely. And Tim did tell me that David in our conversation was recorded, which is great to know. So you should be able to get that information, right? But first and foremost, I wanted to come on here without going on anybody's lives and tell you, hey, I made a big fucking mistake on a key detail point when it come to if Sebastian Rogers was seen on the 26th or, after the 26th. And that is my fault. I'm a man of integrity, and when I make a mistake, I will happily own up to that mistake. I'm sure I'll get ridiculed and dragged all over the place, but at the end of the day, it ain't going to stop me from doing the preparations for planning for a search team to come and do what I got to do to take part and to be able to bring Sebastian home. Now, do with that what you will. I will tell you this, Miss Cindy will have her live later. She's phenomenal, and I'm so thankful to have a friend in Cindy who was able, when I talked to her today, hey man, you call Tim Bailey too. You get what you hear and you tell me what you hear and stuff like that. That way, if there's anything that I might have miscommunicated, she has the correct facts on that. And I am super happy to have somebody like her because, again, I'm not an investigator. I'm just a guy from Hendersonville that posts stuff. And this case took a part. It took a big part of me, and it means a lot to me. That being said, moving forward, rule number one: Stephen is not an investigator. Leave that to the people that do it. I wanted answers, and I found out from Tim today that they are absolutely talking to media and stuff, though. It's just maybe it's not what people want to hear, that there's nothing to be said right now. But they are absolutely day in and day out working this case. But anyways, that's my saying. I am truly sorry to the Rogers family, Katie, Chris, everybody, Seth, that false information was given out there, but I have no problem admitting when I'm wrong. And that's what I'll say.
Okay, so if you guys didn't catch that, his audio didn't match his video. Just putting it out there. Just putting that out there. Look how bad this has gone since Tony came into this. Right. All your professionals left, and now it's a shitstorm. IDK who this is, but it's no one I'd watch for real. Yeah. Like I said, his video did not match his whole shit there. Okay, so this is Nick Barris, and I've made it very clear how I feel about Mr. Nick. I'm really, really disappointed in him with the whole light video that got put out, but we're going to read this. It says, more rumors run rampant. I appreciate the fact and so many of you continue to show interest in Sebastian Rogers' case. You message me with questions. The 15-year-old autistic boy has been missing for more than 2 months in Hendersonville, Tennessee home. Vanished without a trace, found despite massive search, and not found a trace despite massive search efforts. Authorities say there's no evidence of foul play, though they have not ruled it out. In absence of any new developments, armchair detectives and social media and podcasts create their own fiction. And I also appreciate many of you contacting me to ask if any of this is true. You can trust. I will give it to you straight. So what a couple of the latest doozies. Investigators have obtained new video footage of Sebastian alive on February 26 when he disappeared. Nope. There is evidence showing Sebastian was connected with his grandmother on his mother's side before he disappeared. Nope. How do I know? I've been in direct contact with the lead investigator of Sumner County Sheriff's Office, who said the latest stuff is all garbage. So those two videos we just watched with Tony putting out lies and with whoever the hell this guy is putting out lies. So the canine captain is Julia, I believe, or Jules, or whatever the hell they're calling her. She said, all right, Sebastian's army, need your help again getting this out there. I really need some help find the following. Someone who has experience with operating either a Safe or Zodiac Cadets or a similar model boat, a licensed drone operator. Okay, then the rest of what I had saved was all about Maddie. So that was my bookmarks. So I'm going to take that down. Dandy says, I'm newish to YouTube and I'm learning. I've learned to avoid certain creators real quick. Some of these people are vile. Absolutely. Absolutely, Dandy. Absolutely. And right. Welcome in, WebWeaver68. Thank you so much for being here. Colors in, it's heartbreaking. Yeah, it is. Yes, welcome in. Thank you for being here, guys. WebWeaver does an amazing job on the docket. Eric is a phenomenal. Love Eric. So if you're not subscribed to Eric, make sure that you do subscribe to Eric. So my main point is I don't watch TikTok. I have a TikTok. I really don't use it, but I'm not a part of the TikTok community. But from what I've been seeing the past few days coming from TikTok, it's all trash. It's trash. Tony has no business near this case. Seth needs to get the hell off YouTube. The grifters need to stop. And I honestly believe that any case that comes out of Tennessee that's a missing child is going to be cursed from now on, because these people are sickening. Oh, thank you so much. I love Eric. He's freaking amazing. I love him. I missed his live earlier. Saturdays are kind of we're clean house day and running around and doing errands and stuff. So sending so much love. Yes, Eric, the docket. The docket is phenomenal. He is an amazing person. He is like just great. I'll grab his link real quick and drop it. Make sure you guys sub up to him if you're not already. He gets like so much information. It is unreal. And he's a great person and an amazing YouTube channel. He's a big influence on Twitter. That's his link. Make sure you sub up to the docket. He is a rock star. He was really big on Twitter, and then he started his YouTube channel, and it has grown by leaps and bounds. So I have nothing but respect for Eric, and he puts out amazing, just credible content, and is a great person, and I love him dearly. But my main thing about Sebastian is share his face, share his name, share his story. Let's leave all the drama behind. And as I've said in the past, my channel is always open to families. I've interviewed many families of missing people, murdered people, unsolved cases. Please, this is a platform where I'm going to ask the hard questions. I'm going to keep it to the facts, and I keep it about the victims. So no drama, because I don't do drama over here. But I will make sure that I keep these people's faces and names out there. So guys, we're running at 2 hours. I appreciate everybody for being here. Please make sure that you hit that like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you do subscribe. Make sure that you keep your bell on, because I randomly go live. Just keep being amazing people and doing what we do here in this amazing community. And guys, as always, I'm sending so much love. Remember, it takes a village to raise a child. If you see something, say something. Never give up. And guys, light it up with the green hearts. Let's light it up for Sebastian, because Sebastian is what has been lost in all this freaking drama. Sebastian is what matters. All the missing are what matters. Not the drama, not the lies, not the clicks, not the views, and not the bullshit. None of that is going to bring him home. Not the pissing matches, not families coming out and battling against each other and putting out people's dirt and bringing ex-girlfriends and ex-wives up on panels to put out dirt and try to add meat and potatoes to the case, because we don't need that. None of that's going to help bring him home. What's going to help bring him home is share his face, share his name. That's what's going to help bring him home. Not all this drama. Not all this disgusting, sick bullshit. That's not going to help bring him home. And I'm going to run this video I have of him. I need to add some more pictures to it, because I need to get some pictures with Katie in there with him too. This is the billboard that Vern has up for him. Thank you guys so much for being here.